the subject of the shi'ur, Tvilat Kelim. Emerging vessel. Is that the right word? Emerging. Immersing vessel into the mikvah. Where's the source? Where's the source for it? Anyone have any idea? From where we learn that we have to take kelim that we buy and we have to put it in a mikvah. Where do we learn that from?
There was the wall, and they went into
It was a wall. So I'm going to explain. Sydney, Sydney, please.
Go around, please.
Okay, please go around. Please go around. Okay, so regarding vessel to be immersing in mikvah, we learned that from Milhemet Midian, the war of Midian. You remember what's happened in the war of Midian? You remember it very well. I'll remind you, Spencer. The Midian. You remember Kadosh Baruch Hu command Moshe Rabbeinu to tell the Bnei Israel to go for a war to kill the Midianites after the sin that when Barak called Billy, remember Bilam, to come and to sin the Jewish people, you remember? So they're going to a war. When they took their vessel, the Torah there tell us, and I'm going to quote now, that we're obligated to take vessel that we have to immerse it in a fire, and certain vessel we have to put through water. So the source to it come in Sefer Bamidbar, Parashat Matot, chapter 31, verse 22 and verse 23. The Torah tells us like this: אך את הזהב ואת הכסף, את הנחושת, את הברזל ואת הבדיל ואת העופרת. כל דבר אשר יבוא באש, תעבירו באש וטהר. That means anything that it's gold, silver, copper, metal, iron, okay, lead, okay, all of those that you should put through the fire to kosher. And then the Torah continues and say, "Ach b'mei nida itchatu." What it means, mei nida? It's a water, obviously, because the nida, a woman that unpure, she go to a mikvah. And then it says, "V'kol asher lo yavo ba'esh," and thing that you cannot put through the fire, ta'aviru b'mayim. That means we must put it in the water. So from here we see the source of dunking a kelim. What is that regarding to? And now we have to understand the difference. That's regarding metal utensil, metal vessel. So we'll see now why we have to do it. Why do we have to do it? Did you ask yourself? We're buying it. We buy it from the factory. Here we're talking about the war of Midian. But if we buy a utensil from a factory, or, okay, we can't buy directly from the factory, we go to the shop and we buy it. Why we still have to take those utensils and immerse them in the water, in a mikvah? So to understand that, these two Gemarot, and the same Gemarot, Masechet Avodah Zarah, the one the Bavli and one the Yerushalmi. The Gemara in Masechet Avodah Zarah and the Bavli, in Amud Ein Hey, Daf Bet, Ein Hey Amud Daf Ein Hey Daf Bet. Okay, there the Gemara tell us that we obligated to put the vessel into the mikvah. The same in the Yerushalmi. Also Masechet Avodah Zarah. The only difference there, that there it's in chapter 5, halacha, it's law number 15. Okay? There Hazal explaining to us that any vessel, okay, that been made by a Gentile, in a factory of a Gentile, or been in a position of a Gentile. And I will explain. What does it mean? There is certain vessel, let's say that being manufactured by a Jewish factory. But then a Gentile bought those vessels and he want to sell it. He have a shop. At the moment that that vessel gone to his shop, to the Gentile shop, although it's been manufactured in a Jewish factory, still obligated to be put into the mikvah. You follow, Rabotai? So A vessel that, number one, been manufactured by a Gentile factory. If it was in a position of a Gentile shop, it was on his shop, on his shelf, and also, even if it's manufactured in a Jewish factory, we're obligated still to put it into a mikvah. So the Gemara there explain, Hazal explaining, what is the reason behind it? Because there is a secret behind everything that we do as Jewish people. Hazal is our sages, obviously. Hazal, Zichronam Livracha, Hamenu Zichronam Livracha, given us a reason. There is a special reason for everything. What is the reason behind putting a keli into the mikvah? Did you ask yourself? I bought it brand new. Nothing wrong with that. I have to put it to a mikvah. If it's been a manufacturer or been in a position of a Gentile, in a shop of a Gentile. You ask yourself, why? What's so bad about it? So the Gemara explained like this. It's to teach us a few things. Number one, to take that vessel. Okay? I'll tell you what, I'm going to read it in Hebrew and then I'll translate it to English. להוציא את הכלי מטומאת הגוי לקדושת היהודי. That means take that vessel from the impurity of a Gentile to make that vessel holy. Why? Listen to what Hazal explained. To teach us something very important. That we as Jewish people, we have to understand that when we eating, when we cooking, when we do anything with food, when we drinking, because some of the vessel we're drinking with them, some of the utensil, not only eating, to teach us to eat and to drink betehara v'bekdusha. That means in holiness, okay, in purity. That means that to understand that the main reason that we're eating, the main reason that we're drinking, it's not for pleasure. It's to keep us as a Jewish people work, get strong, that we can worship HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But to teach us something else, modesty, that when we eat, we're not eating for the physicality of the body, just for the sake of eating. We're eating to keep strong so we can learn Torah, to keep us modesty. You follow? Now we understand why we have to do the killing. Let's move on now. Which vessels, which utensil obligated to be put through a mikvah? So from the Torah, from what we read, immediately everyone going to say, metal. All the metal vessel, we obligated to put them in a mikvah if it's been manufactured by Gentile or been in a position of a Gentile. When I say position, that they're brand new and the owner of the shop is a Gentile, if it's metal, we have to put them through the mikvah with a bracha. That means that when you take it to a mikvah, you have to say a bracha. But many of us know that even glass utensil, we still put it. Amongst the glass, I have to explain what is glass. Glass, it's rabbinical decree to put through the mikvah. With that come the Duralex, cutleries, the Pyrex. Everyone understand what I'm talking about. Those utensils is rabbinical decree to put them in a mikvah with the brocha. You follow so far? Okay. You wanted to ask.
You know, if you put metal, as you said, into the mikvah. But you mentioned in the Chumash, the metal had to be done with fire.
Yeah, but that's metal that already become what? Non-kosher. Here we're talking about utensil that no one used them. No one used them. The one that the Torah referred to, what I mentioned, it was the war against the Midianite. You remember? So there, when they had the war, they took the utensil, the cutleries for them. So from here we see that there is two different halachot. The first decree from the Torah regarding metal vessel or utensil. The rabbinical decree, it's only kles zchuchit. Kles zchuchit is glass, anything that become a glass. Now you're going to ask yourself, so why dafka glass? Why do we obligated to take a utensil that made from glass to dunk it in a mikvah? Did you ask yourself? If the Torah tell us only metal, how come that rabbis, our sages come and tell us we're obligated to dunk Also, glass, did you ask yourself? So the answer for it is because we can, the glass, we can reproduce. What does it mean? That we can recycle the glass, the same like a metal. But if you take vessel, for example, like clay, how are you going to recycle it? It's very difficult. So therefore, Hazal tell us that there is certain utensils that we're not obligated to put in a mikvah. And what they are? Those are the clay. Any vessel or any utensil that's made from clay, we're not obligated to take it to the mikvah. Not only that, wait, I'll answer everything, wait. And then I'll get time to answer. Anything that made from clay, plastic, nylon, or wood. Okay? So from here we see that we have 4 utensils that we're not obligated to put them through the mikvah. You follow? Yes, Simon.
Even if it's brand new, the clay vessels, brand new,
I'm listening, yeah.
and you have to table those.
Huh?
And glass is manufactured at a temperature of around about 1300 degrees.
Okay.
Right?
But we say that glass, it's a rabbinical decree.
Yeah.
With a brocha. But when it's come to clay, you're not obligated. You don't have to do them. Any clay vessel, you don't do. You don't put in a mikveh. You follow?
Eating plate, a ceramic plate, is that plate?
Oh, ceramic plate, we'll get to it. Yes, one second.
The whole reason for putting something big is the spirituality of eating, and so then why everything should be...
Nachon. But there's certain things that we not recycle. The recycle vessel, that's what we have to put through. Now, you asked about plate and those things. Some of them you don't have to put. But if they covered, you see, especially say clay. Why clay? Because clay doesn't have the glaze on it. If they have the glaze, that means that they're covered with glazed. But there's glass over them, you're obligated because it's a glass. You understand the difference? When I'm saying clay, I'm talking non-glazed, completely unglazed. You understand me? Okay, now we're going to speak about, so we explain, the vessel that we obligated to emerge in the water, which they are? Metal and glass. Nachon? We say those that we not, sorry? Immerse, sorry. Sorry. So I'll repeat myself, thank you for correcting me. The vessel that we have to immerse in a mikvah, metal and glass. The one that we're not obligated, what they are? Plastic, wood, clay, am I right? You remember? And nylon. Remember 4. Regarding electrical machine, for example, a kettle. Regarding toaster, a urn, is that should be immersed in the water or not? So there is a mahloket about it. Rabota, it's not so simple. But I'm going to bring you le'alacha. I'm going to make the thing short. I'm not going to keep you through the mahloket. Because there is some opinion that say that you obligate to immerse in the water. But most of the poskim say no. And who say no? Rabbi Yitzhak Weiss, that was the Rebbe of Jerusalem, he wrote the book Minhat Yitzhak. There he said that you don't have to put electrical vessel through the mikvah. The same thing, Arav Ovadia Yosef, Zecher Tzadik v'Kadosh Libracha, especially bring the Ashkenazim and the Sfaradim. Arav Shlomo Auerbach, given a different opinion, Arav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, Zecher Tzadik v'Kadosh Libracha, he explained like this. You know why? Because if you take electric vessels, what do you have in an electric vessel? You have the positive, the negative, and the earth. Nachon? Meish, you are our engineer here. Where is that earth connecting? Directly to the ground. He says if that earth connects to the ground, it's part of the ground, and therefore you don't have to. You understand the leniency, how you worked it out? Okay. So from here we see, sorry?
When you put the kettle or anything else, without any
It wouldn't work.
No, you're
Not only
connected-
that-
you're not connected to Earth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But also, regarding those electrical vessels that we put, maybe put it here, close here. So is it better like this?
What are you trying to do?
No, it just came off of it.
Oh, the drop.
So regarding electrical vessel, because we have a problem there, what's the problem? That they might going to get damaged.
I'll give you a job.
And you remember in the previous show we spoke about bal tashhid, that we can lose money for no reason. So therefore we don't have obligated to put, and we don't have to put electrical vessel into the mikvah.
I thought the electrical vessels, because they're electrical, they are self-cleaning, because they're always boiling.
Okay, but what about the toaster?
It's also heating.
It's heating, but that vessel been made by, if it's made by a Gentile factory, you're obligated.
Oh, so it's a personality.
Okay, who want to ask? I see. Liron, you asking?
No, sorry, I'm sorting something out.
Who asking?
I need
Yes,
to-
Lionel.
I need to ask you, Rabbi, in the olden days when they used to capture cities, were they allowed to take the pots, the cutlery,
That's what we spoke at the beginning of the show. You missed, but I'll answer you quickly. The source of dunking the keli, when I say dunking, is immersing the vessel. Or
But previously it was all
wait. You ask a question. Now you ask two questions. Let me answer you one. Wait. Vachabiki, paso. Where does it come? From the war with the Midianite. You follow? That there you have to take the vessel, that even that it wasn't kosher, okay, you have to put it through the fire or boiling water. You follow? But here we're talking regarding new vessel that been made by a non-Jewish factory. Okay, now regarding disposal, aluminium utensil. Should we put them in mikvah or not? Why? What's the question here about that? Because aluminium is metal. It's part of the metal family. But should we put them or not? You understand the question? Because it's metal. So, la halacha, there is a problem here. According to Arav Yitzhak Weiss, in his book Minhat Yehuda, in chapter 5, Siman Lamed Bet is 32, he said that all the disposal aluminium utensil, okay, do not obligated to be dunk in a mikvah. You follow? And why is that? And he explained why you don't obligate it. Because according to Arav Yitzhak Weiss, he said that that vessel doesn't hold, number one, for a long time the food. That means that the food on it you can't cook really. Because if you put it on a fire, it's finished. You understand what I'm saying? You can't cook with this kind of a vessel. Number two, that if you want to take those food that you put inside, doesn't last for a long time, like in a pot. You follow what I'm saying? That's Arav Yitzhak Weiss. I saw that Arav Ovadia Yosef, I think bringing it, I don't remember where, that he says, Zecher Tzadik V'Kadosh V'Bracha, Arav Ovadia say that aluminium vessel, disposal vessel, obligated to be put through a mikvah. So from here we see a mahloket. But most of the poskim, from what I saw, say that aluminium disposal vessel, utensil, not obligated to put through the mikvah. Now we're going to go through the order of going to the mikvah. Okay, so number one, if it's only one utensil, what is the brocha? So you say, Asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav tzivanu al tvilat keli, because it's a single. When there is many utensils, al tvilat kelim, in plural. You follow? Now become the most famous question, that when you hold the utensil, how you should hold it? The Rambam, write like this, that when you take a utensil, that they're very, very delicate, they're very fragile, and there is a chance that they might gonna break or might gonna damage. Those utensils, you have to make sure that you don't hold them very tight. Why? Because the entire utensil have to get water. But if there is a suspicious that you're frightened if you're not going to hold it very tight, it might going to break, or you might going to slip from your hand, what you should do, the Rambam, the Maimonides say, rather wet your hand before and hold the utensil very hard. And you know that water not going to penetrate. That's referring to utensil that can get damaged. That's number one. Number two, that we have to make sure that the utensil, if it's not a fragile, we have to hold it that water will cover the entire utensil. Follow? Regarding stickers, because most of the utensils have a sticker from the family. Before you dunk them, you're obligated to take those stickers. You follow what I'm saying, Rabotai? It's very important. Because other is part that of the utensil that never got water. So the sticker must be moved. Regarding, what do you call it? Are you allowed to dunk with a salsela? Salsela, it's like a basket. The basket should have holes. You can dunk with a basket as long as it have holes on it. And the entire vessel that inside the utensil should get. Come another question. There is special bottles that people use them as a vase or for decoration, you know, that they put with it oil or something that you can eat. If you use it as a vase, you don't obligate it. Why? Because it's not a vessel that you eat from. But if you make, for example, there's people that use those long neck bottle, that they use them for salad dressing, what do you do with them? So if you put it straight in the water, it's not the entire bottle will get water. So Hazal say, fill it up with water first, okay, and then do it. So the entire vessel got full of water. You follow what I'm saying? That's the order of dunking keli. Now I would like to go regarding utensil or vessel in a restaurant. We go to a kosher restaurant. Should we make sure that those utensils been dunked? So according to the most of the poskim, tell us, and also been brought in Minhat Yitzhak, that's Rabbi Yitzhak Weiss, in chapter 11, okay, in verse 44, Rabbi Weiss say, and also Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach say, that a keli, a vessel or utensil that you use them for business, we're not obligated to immerse them in the water. You follow? So therefore, when you go to a restaurant, a kosher restaurant, you don't have to make a big fuss. Now become regarding vessel that you hire. You know, you have a function, and you hired vessel. You don't have enough utensil. You want to hire. Should it be immersed in the water in a mikvah or not? So according to the first opinion regarding the keli mikvah, that we say because it's for business, for the sake of business, according to Rav Yitzhak Weiss and Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, that say that those vessels does not need to be immersed in the water, we're not obligated. So from here we see another leniency, that vessel that been hired, or we need them for a function that we hire them, they're not obligated. We don't have to make a big fuss. Who's the one that have to immerse the vessel in the water? The owner. Okay. What age? The owner, not only the owner, you can send someone else. Shlichao shel adam k'moto. It means person that you send, as long that he's old. What it mean old? Over the age of 13, over the age of bar mitzvah. And he know what he's doing, that you can rely. But come the question, if there is a youngster that he reached Gil Hinuch, what it mean Gil Hinuch? That it's an average of 6 to 9 years old. Can he emerge or immerse those vessels in a mikvah? No, he's not allowed. You follow? Yes, Simon.
Yeah, it's, I don't want to know about this water. Is that boiling water was just...
No, Keling mikvah. Keling mikvah. Freezing cold. Freezing cold water. What is the water of the mikvah? Mayim Hayim. What does it mean, Mayim Hayim?
From the heaven.
It's rain water. Okay? All the kelim that you take have to go to a mikvah. You remember the mikvah that you go when you converted? It's not the same because that was a nice warm water. Here we're talking about rainwater. So in winter it's freezing. In summer it's beautiful, like a pool temperature. Outside pool. Okay, now I would like to conclude with a question that sometimes happens. People took vessel to the mikvah, okay, utensil, and they start immersing those vessels. And some of them already been in the mikvah. And suddenly they mix with other vessels. And you can't tell which one is which one. For example, you take a box of glasses, or a box of, let's say, fork, and you put it through the mikvah. Some of them, you know that they've already gone through. They've been in the water. They've been immersed. Some of them not, and they got mixed. What should you do? And it's happened. It can happen. So, because we're obligated to do it, if it's metal, we're obligated for it's a Torah. But let's say it's a glass, because it's a rabbinical. What we do then? So, like this. Listen to it. This is the halacha, and we have to be focused. If you know that you immerse 2 glasses and 1 not, batel berov, the majority is good. But let's say that you don't know how many of them you put. So you can't tell if the majority been immersed in water or the minority not been immersed in the water. You understand what I'm saying? You're not sure. In that case, that we have a doubt, rather dunk all of them again. Immerse all of them in the water. Even those ones that you know that you put, you still have to put all the vessel again. You follow?
With the bracha.
Sorry?
With the bracha.
Now that's the question. The Arav Ovadia say that what do you do in that case? Arav Ovadia Yosef speak about it in his book Ilchot Olam Helek Zayin, that means book number 7, in page 276. He said in that case you take all the vessel and you re-immerse them in the water without the bracha. Shirkoah, Philip. Shirkoah. Any question, Rabotai?
Didn't hear
Yes.
the question, sorry, Rabbi. What was that question?
Say loud.
What was that question? I didn't hear.
What Philip asked, I will explain. So, Lionel, what he asked, we say if there is certain vessel or certain utensil that you already immerse in a mikvah, in a water, and some of them you didn't, and they got mixed. What do? So if you know that the majority of the utensil been in the water, Arav Ovadia Yosef say, batel berov. But if you're not sure if it's more or less, rather redunk all of them without a brocha. So he says, should we dunk them again with a brocha or not? Because safek brachot leakel, and we don't do that. You follow, Philip? Any other question? Yes? Oh, very good question. If, for example, let's take a cutlery, for example, let's say a fork, a knife, it's enough that all of it been underneath and take it out. A second, as long as it's under. If it's a bottle or the head of the glass, or whatever you want to call it, let's call it the glass that we drink, is quite narrow. And you see, if you put it for a second and the entire water not going to go quick, wait until all the water penetrates in, it's enough. So that can take 1.5 seconds. You follow? Okay, very good. So we explain. So when you dunk it, you don't have to hold it hard, because the entire vessel or the entire utensil will get all the water. You follow, Ronald? Any other question, Rabotai? Yes, one more. Good.
You may mention that if the products come from a factory that's owned by
A Gentile.
by a Jewish person, but if he has staff that are Gentile, does that make it?
No. If the staff is a Gentile, if we have a Jewish factory, okay, and they make glass, let's say, the staff can be a Gentile. If you buy it directly from a Jewish factory or from a Jewish shop, you're not obligated to immerse in a mikvah. But if that Jewish factory sell it to a shop that's been owned by a Gentile, those vessels obligated to be immersed in a mikveh. You follow? So the workers doesn't make. It's the owner that owns the factory that manufacture the utensil. That's what makes a difference. Any other question?
Yes, yes.
Yes, Simon.
What's always bothered me is why can you kasher, all right, table, wooden vessels?
Say again? I didn't understand. But we say that wooden vessel, we're not obligated. Halachically, wooden vessel, you don't have to tova. Everyone agree to it. The only vessel, I repeat again, that you have to do, it's metal. Metal. That's from the Torah. Glass. Glass that you can recycle, it's rabbinical. Or Duralex or Pyrex, those all made from glass. That it's just different kind of a glass, there is different ingredient, I'm not good with that. That you can obligate to do in a mikveh with a brocha, that's rabbinical decree.
Okay.
You follow?
All right, then. Extended question. Pesach, kashering for Pesach.
It's different, it's completely different. Kashering for Pesach, it's different. You can't, because kashering for Pesach, it's a different league completely. There is different law. When we get to kashering for Pesach, we'll speak about it. Yes, Spencer, you want to?
So the water for the mikvah,
Yes.
what happens if there's no rain and you now have to empty out the water?
Okay, so I'll tell you, because I look after the mikvah here in Glenezel, I'll explain to you what we do. We have two mikvahot. We have the ladies' mikvah and we have the kelim mikvah. We have two borot. What it means a bor is a treasure that we keep there at least 3 times the amount that we obligated. We obligate from the Torah that to have 40 se'ah. 40 se'ah is it's equivalent to 380, call it 500 liter. We have there at least 4 times or 5 times more, 2,000 liters of water. So what's happened in a year that there is no rain? What do? We have hashaka, okay? You see, it's complicated now, that we fill up the borot, and from the bore, the treasure, we put the tap water, and the tap water will fill it up until it goes to the mikvah. Okay? And we have hamshacha, it's a complete law. I'll speak to you privately.
Are you mixing water?
I'm mixing water that comes from the municipality, a tap water, Raboita, that go into the bowl, to the otzarot, and from the otzar it gets full, I lift it up. There is a hole that are open, and that will fill up my mikveh. The same for a lady, the same for the keli. But originally, the first 40 se'ah obligated to be a rainwater. So we make sure that when we have a very big rain, I open on top of the roof, and the rainwater that get collected go through the amshachot, to the hashakot, okay, to the borot, and then to the hashaka, okay, and we have no problem. Or to the azra'ah, we have also azra'ah, but that's the law of the mikvahot. Let's leave it now. So that will fill up my borot. So I always take, I didn't build a mikvah, but the guy that built the mikvah, we took double security, but we have 2 treasures. That we have the azra'ah and the hashaka, and we fill them up. And in those 2 together, there is over, if I'm not exaggerating, 2,500 liters. So we cover it completely all the time. You follow? But the first, very good question, Spencer. The first amount of water that we need for a mikvah is 40 se'ah. You follow? Any other question? Is who asking?
How often do we change the water?
How often I change the water? I'll tell you what I'll do. First of all, I filterize the water of the mikvah. What does it mean? I put chemical to keep it blue, because there is certain things that come into the water. Dust, you can never tell what's coming with it. So I put a chemical. I put normal HDH and a pool acid and a stabilizer, and sometimes soda ash to make it sure that it's clean, to keep the level. How often I clean it? once a week I go and I vacuum the floor, because many people when they work, they're not so hygienic and you find a lot of things falling into the mikveh. So we clean it up and then I fill it up. When I empty the water, I make sure that I don't go below 40 se'ah. You follow? That's the Kalim mikvah. The ladies' mikvah, it's a different story. Yes. Where we were asking? Yes.
If you don't have a mikvah,
Yes.
can you use a river, the sea?
Okay. Any Maim Haim. What it mean Maim Haim? A sea, a river. What it mean a river? A river that you know come from rain. Not a handmade river. You follow? It's a different. But as long that the water there
Flowing.
from the rain. It's a rainwater.
Flowing river.
Yes. Who else want to ask? Yes.
Well, you use the term treasure. I don't understand the connection.
What is a treasure? A treasure is a bore. A bore is a pit that we make from concrete, that we build. And there we keep the rainwater. That's for me a treasure. That we treasure the rainwater there. We keep it there. You follow? Any other question? Last question. Yeah.
If you have lots of things to dunk, like lots of dishes, for example, each time you do it, must you eat the brocha?
No, you say once the brocha, and in your fourth, you be mekaven for all the vessels. And if you have a basket with full of holes, you can put few vessels together. You follow? Or you can do it 2 hands. Yes, who else?
Rabbi, what's about bone china crockery?
What? Excuse my ignorance. What is that made from?
The ceramic.
Ceramic. Okay. When it's come to ceramic, you have to make sure. Does it glaze properly? I don't know. I really don't know. Everything is individually. When it's come to those things, you have to look at them. You have to see if it's ceramic or it's porous, if it's completely covered. Each one individually to look.